Hello, this is Kathy Perry, corporate energy expert, helping teams power up, especially when they're burned out, worn out, maxed out. And today I specifically want to address home health. See, I have a lot of experience in home health. Now, not on the side of actually being the aide or being within home health, but my youngest daughter, my youngest of four, was born with a degenerative disease and was expected to live only 2 years. So, from the time about when she was 2 years old on, we had a home health aide in our house. Now, I'm happy to tell you, Merritt Joy lived to be 20, and one of the best and most unique parts of her life was watching how others cared for her. I actually was blessed to have the exact same home health aide in my home caring for Merritt for nearly 16 years. So I've learned a lot about how the industry works and the regulations, the documentations, the fatigue, the burnout, the staffing, the workforce issues. I know that home health organizations are stretched. And so in this video, I just want to give you a few tips on how to acknowledge that fatigue, work with your teams, and rise above this thing that has really burned many of us out. Well, I know how important the role is for someone to have a home health aide helping in that caregiving position. But sometimes on the front line, those caregivers get stretched. So, what can you do as an organization to help your caregivers and those who they report to, all levels of management, stop feeling that fatigue? Well, first, acknowledgement, acknowledgement, acknowledgement. I am such a big proponent of continuing to acknowledge how well your team members are doing. If it's a call, if it's a note, if it's reaching out to the family and saying, tell me something exceptional that the caregiver did for you. These people want to be acknowledged. People stay in positions when they feel like they are valued. So, are you valuing your frontline caregivers? If you're in a position that has many levels reporting to you, are you acknowledging all levels? This is not easy. I watched many managers burn out. Someone doesn't show up for a shift, they're the first ones getting the earful. So just continue to make acknowledgments, even if you've got to write it down and schedule it. Those are so important. The next thing, ask your families to acknowledge. Throughout my 16 years, a few times the home health agency reached out to me and said, we want to acknowledge your caregiver. She actually got a really nice award for being in a caregiving role for so long. But I know that's not the norm, and you shouldn't have to be in a role 10 years before you're reaching out to the family and saying, hey, it'd be really special if you could acknowledge some of the things that she's doing. And then let that be known. Let that be known to the caregivers or those in the managerial roles. Hey, your family said you did this thing amazingly well. So let your families acknowledge the caregivers as well. Number three, ask your caregivers for what they do. Do you know that they go above and beyond? Oh my gosh. My caregiver one time cleaned out my refrigerator. I didn't ask her to. She just thought it needed done. Guess what? That's probably not bullet lined in her job description, yet she did it. So, really interview and find out both from the family side, from the caregiver side, what are they doing? What are those special things they're doing? And then shout out to them. Put it on your social media. Say, Bonita, she went above and beyond. Look how she cared for someone. Let people know. The next thing is take the wellness of your frontline workers seriously. Now, I'm a former wellness coach. I have a background in nutrition. And I've seen many of the caregivers who get in this cycle of being burned out, worn out, stressed out, maxed out. And then guess what? They don't show up. Their shift isn't covered. I've been in that position too, where I need to be out the door and have no one to watch my daughter. Please take their wellness seriously. Begin to institute more wellness practices for your team members, even if that's on a micro level where you're checking in, saying, how are you feeling today? What could we be doing to support you? Did you get enough rest? Hey, here's a sleep meditation I just listened to if you're not sleeping well. I'm going to have a few more videos about wellness. It's something near and dear to my heart, because if we are worn out, we cannot serve the people we need to serve. And then finally, elevate what you do. I don't think people really understand exactly how important a home health aide is until they need one. So I don't see as much about it on social media. I see senior living organizations often saying, this is what we did, and they show videos of how they're interacting with their residents. I know you might have to get some clearances and some, signing off on putting some of your the people who you are helping onto social media, but really start to elevate what and how you serve, because it's so important. And I think as we elevate it, you'll be able to recruit more, people will stay longer, because it is a role of a person, I should say, a person in this role should be so respected for what they do. So that's just a little bit about how I believe home health should be responding to the needs of their clients and elevating those who are in those caregiving roles. I know it isn't easy. I saw it firsthand, but I'm dedicated to helping teams power up so that engagement can increase, productivity increases, and people stay with you. So if you want more tips, tools, and tactics, please subscribe to this channel. Follow me on all the socials. I'm constantly posting resources that you can use for your teams. Thank you so much for watching. This is Kathy Perry, Corporate Energy Expert.